Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of
SoCal Sense.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Luke.
And today we're going to be talking to you about teenager fragrances.
Yes.
So on our lives, this is one of the most commonly asked questions, and we figured we'd just put a mega list together of some good recommendations for it. So some of these, we have the bottles in front of us, some of us will just spit off the top of our head. But yeah, fresh and clean, right?
Definitely main thing is to be fresh, especially when you're young, you're at school, things like that. There's a lot of people, you're in normal class and then you're in PE. You want something that's going to kind of be versatile. It's going to, work with you throughout the day. So a nice, fresh, clean scent would definitely be the move.
And it's definitely the girls appreciate that the most for the most part.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch of fresh and clean recommendations. A lot of them we'll just say pick your favorite of.
Yeah.
And then we do have one set aside for like your special date nights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But generally it's easier to just stick with like one or two fragrances than to like, I need 15 to 20.
Yeah.
You don't really need that so much in high school. So cool, let's begin.
Cool.
Let's talk about the easiest choice, the blue fragrances.
Yes.
So the blues are probably the most common, the shower gel fragrances.
Yeah.
Easily the most popular. We have a bunch in front of us right now. The first two I'm going to recommend is America by Ellis and Lacoste L'Homme Intense. These are different than, say, your traditional like Sauvages and stuff like that. This is like pineapple meets Sauvage. It's interesting, it's unique, it's very different than Sauvage. And then Lacoste L'Homme Intense is a rhubarb twist on the blue fragrance. So it's a little bit different smelling, and you both smell good.
Yeah, cool. And then I guess checks out the coach.
You can do that, yeah.
Okay, well I guess I'll just, bring up two heavy hitters. Dior Sauvage. We know it. We love it.
EDT.
EDT. Come on. You already know. And then Prada Lunarosa Carbon. This is like it's a light fragrance. It gives also like a Sprite vibe to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fresh. It's clean. It has a little bit of sweetness, but it's nice. I feel like a nice like Sprite fragrance, but not in a bad way.
Sprite meets Sauvage.
Sprite meets Sauvage, definitely.
Yeah.
It's like Sauvage, but with a little less edge. It's not as aggressive. It's a little more like easy wearing, if that makes sense. But both great fragrances. Both gonna get you a lot of compliments. I've definitely been leaning more on the Prada Carbon wave because it's a little bit Sauvage. I feel like it's not like everyone is wearing Sauvage all the time, so I feel like I like to switch it up. But again, Sauvage still does get you the compliments. So
it smells great.
Yeah.
Also, Blue de Chanel works fine. EDT of that one is usually the one we recommend.
Yeah.
Any other blues off the top of your head that you can?
Top of my head, I mean,
that's kind of it.
Yeah, because I don't really wear Acqua di Gio anymore or anything like that. So.
The one non-blue that we don't have in front of us that's great is Explorer.
Oh yeah, I was wearing Explorer today actually.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about that.
Explorer's great. It kind of fits in the blue world, but it's not a blue.
Yeah.
So actually, I think that one's fantastic if you want to smell completely different than anyone else that's around you in school.
Yeah, that fresh pineapple-y vibe.
Cool. The next ones we have is Coach for Men.
Yes.
All three of them work.
Yeah.
The two we recommend the most, though, is Blue and...
The original.
You can't really go wrong with either of these.
Yeah.
Easy, mass appealing, clean, fresh. You can throw it in your bag. You can just toss it. You can spray heavy with it. Just completely inoffensive.
Yeah, I've actually gone through 2 bottles of the original. One back in like 2016, before I was even in the whole fragrance, thing. And I purchased like a full-size bottle. I went through that. And then I had another little one. And I went through that. So it's just a very wearable, easy fragrance. It gets a lot of compliments too for being so just chill, So
cool.
Yeah.
Coach for Men. All right, next we have the entire Y lineup.
Yes.
All of them work.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally pick any of the 5, and they work great. But if I were to pick 2 that I think work the best, I would say Y Live.
And why Eau Fraiche?
Both are fresh. Both are fantastic. Both are playful, youthful. The girls will think you smell great.
Yes.
That's pretty much all you ask for on a Y fragrance, and it's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
We're suggesting these two because I feel like the EDP is a little bit overwhelming sometimes.
Definitely.
The EDT works as well, but we like these two better than the EDT. And then Le Parfum, we've both been wearing over the weekend, and it works, but I think for a high schooler, we would just recommend these ones a little bit better. But you can't go wrong with all of them.
Yeah.
The next mass line we're just going to quickly talk about, Gucci Guilty.
Yes, and this is Gucci Guilty Black, which is one of Jeff's go-tos, but I personally love just the
original.
The original.
We just didn't grab the bottle to film.
yeah, the original. Like that's again, Gucci Guilty is one of the fragrances I bought when I was 15 or maybe even 14. That was like one of I just smelled everything at Macy's. I didn't know anything. I didn't know any hype. And I loved it.
And honestly, it's one of the fragrances I smell on Luke the most.
Yeah. Like I remember being literally 15 years old, like spraying before I went to bed, and just like it's like this is nice. Like that was like my kind of sexy fragrance. Like literally at 15, still now I still think it's great.
Gucci Guilty Black's great.
Yeah.
Gucci Guilty Love's great.
Yeah.
Honestly, just kind of go pick your favorite between those three. Those are our three personal favorites. There's others in the Gucci Guilty line, but I would try to stick to these three if you want the most easy to wear compliments.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Now let's just talk about some just fun ones. These are just simple, easy to wear.
Yeah.
They're not really blue fragrances. They're kind of just fresh, clean, sexy. I have Ferragamo by Ferragamo.
Yeah, and then Armani code Colonia, which is like a nice
spring.
Yeah, nice honestly powdery, fresh, clean, luxurious soap kind of vibe too, similar to that.
Yeah, it's sexy. Both of these are sexy. Both work. All of these, we'll just put a little air up to the sky. The ladies have liked them in the video, so if there's a link that pops up during this section, just know that these get great reactions from the ladies.
Yes.
So great choices.
Yeah.
All right, next we have some fun ones. So these are the fresh fruity bubblegum ones, and that is not fresh fruity bubblegum.
Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct, which has a melon note, which is a little rare in male fragrances, but it works in this, and it feels very playful and young, and
it works. We had a buddy that wore it all the time, so we're really used to the smell.
Yeah.
But it does still smell good. Mine's Hawas, and what sucks about this one is you can't buy it in the store or try it in the store. You actually have to blind buy it online because it's a Middle Eastern company. But it just works. It really smells nice. I enjoy it. Luke enjoys it. It smells good in the air. It works in all seasons. It won't choke anybody out. But if you want something that's in the same realm of this, we have Legend Spirit.
Yeah. Invictus Aqua. Kind of. Yeah.
That one. Icon Racing by Dunhill. But honestly, Legend Spirit and Hawas are the two big ones we recommend with this type of scent. I caught that cap. This cap weighs a lot. And then we also have some freshy summers. So we have Light Blue Intense, fantastic.
Yeah.
What's another good summery one that we
any of the light blues, any of them. I feel like we've gone on obviously Invictus. I always loved Invictus and Invictus Aqua. I wore that a lot as a kid actually. That was one of when I used to have 1 Million, Invictus, Gucci Guilty. Yeah. Those are some of my go-tos. Yeah.
But so just think anything really, really fresh is gonna work. So other ones like Dior Homme Cologne is another good one that'll work. And then for that special occasion, that date night, that going to the school dance, we have 2 suggestions for you.
Okay.
Luke, what's your go-to date night fragrance?
Go-to date night fragrance for myself?
Yes.
Prada Black, of course. Yeah.
I think that works for teenager, for special going to the dance type of vibe.
Yeah. Definitely.
And obviously we've kept all these pretty much under a good budget. None of them are actually super expensive. So being a teenager, I know that's hard. So the actual most affordable one on this list is the one I'm recommending for go-to going on a date is Gold Rush Man. It's by Paris Hilton. It actually smells really, really good.
Yeah.
Don't take the Paris Hilton for granted. Luke's actually been wearing this a bunch lately. Yeah. It smells really good, and you can heavy spray it.
Yeah.
And not feel bad. You can give yourself a 10 spray, be chill, and you won't choke anyone out.
Definitely.
But those are just some of our recommendations. Fresh and clean. Things to avoid?
I would say leather and heavy woods and tobacco. Heavy tobacco, in the daytime, especially. And
I think boozy scents is weird on a teenager.
Yeah.
I would just kind of stay away from those. Think more fresh and clean. Just know that there's so many good options with fresh and clean. that you can't really go wrong.
Yeah.
So we listed probably 25 fragrances in this video.
Yeah.
And legit, like, any of those would work, and people around you are gonna think you smell great, and the girls around you are gonna be attracted to the smell.
Yeah.
Just naturally, so you won't offend anyone.
Yeah. It's over.
Yeah, cool. Well, let us know what you guys wore in high school, whether it was 30 years ago or you're currently in high school.
Right.
And comment down below. It'll be interesting to see what everyone's worn throughout the years.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
cool.
Cool. All right, guys.